I'm Kate Fox, and I'm here today, if you can't tell, at Inbeon Con, and that's why I'm wearing my special crown. And I am talking to someone who is a friend of mine, who I know in a variety of different venues, different ways, but he's here today as a vendor, and I'm talking to Joseph Munisteri. So Joseph, you're here today at Inbeon Con doing what?
So I'm promoting my blog, which is unlockcreativity.org. It's a journey of a traveling sketchbook in which I ask other people to draw in it, and it's a themed sketchbook. Well, it's actually multiple sketchbooks, but what's on there right now is just one. I'm also promoting my book, Butterflies in Space, which is poems and a short story that I wrote. The theme butterflies came after hearing success stories of the Butterfly Project, which is a mental health.
Speak up, she said.
Which is a mental health campaign for people who self-harm. That they teach them to take a Sharpie and draw a butterfly instead of self-harming, and they can't wash it. They can't self-harm until it fades naturally.
So it gives them time to not hurt themselves. It prolongs, right?
Yeah,
That's
after hearing success stories about how that happened, how it helped, it was the inspiration for that, and so that started the short story Butterflies in Space, and then in the story there's a bunch of butterflies in space, and the poems each represent a butterfly in the story, which is a different perspective.
And it's a lovely book. I have it, and it is published by Local Gems.
Yes, Local Gems Press. It's available on Amazon, Butterflies in Space.
How do you spell your last name?
Munisteri.
And now you're doing what else? Because you have a couple other projects that you're here representing.
So I have, which I posted the information on my blog, but I have Queer Imaginings, which is a comic book series, which is me adapting poetry, alongside two other artists and one other poet. And it's we're at issue 3 right now, and we're picking disability and queer culture themed poetry and adapting it, and tossing art and making it very interactive, and it's a lot of fun, and been a really cool project so far that I've been enjoying. That one's a passion of mine.
And you also cosplay sometimes.
Yes.
So
funny you say that. Normally I do a cosplay disabilities panel. This time around I didn't, because somebody else was doing it, and so I really like seeing that other people. For the past 5 years or so, I've been doing a cosplay disability panel, and to see other people doing it when before I was one of the only people doing it is mind-blowing, and now I get to see other people's perspectives on it, the way that they present. So afterwards I was networking with them and talking and exchanging shop and ideas, and talking about different ways that we could maybe collaborate or better the panels in the future and learn from each other. But yeah, I also do cosplay. I have one of my costumes is actually anxiety and fear, and it's my girlfriend does depression, and in particular, so it's fear and depression, and it's out of the comic book Lock and Key, and it's a really cool costume. She has like pipes for hands and a sync knob on her back, and I'm like all creepy looking and angry,
and it touches people.
Yeah.
And that's the point of most everything that you do. You touch people in some way, whether it's something that you've experienced personally or it's the things that you've witnessed. You are one of the most, I guess I'll say, socially conscious people that I know.
It's weird. So like one of the things I like doing is I always give a thank you card to people. And I also do this whole thing where I'll print photos and give people photos, physical photos, because it makes a difference. Giving the thank you cards, I always am the one who gives it out. Today I actually broke down in tears because somebody gave me a thank you card, and that's never happened to me at a convention before. So it was like really, really like mind shattering, but in a good way. And so like to say that I broke down in tears, had good, good vibes and stuff like that, which to me takes a lot to make me cry.
And that tells you what you're doing does matter. I mean, that's the validation. You might see it sometimes, but to have someone actually take the time to do that. And I saw you and I was worried sick about you at first when I saw you. And then you let me read it. And it's just, I'm getting chills again. I'm getting chills all over. So that's the specialness that you bring to what you do. And I'm going to wrap it up. You need to get back to your table. But if people want to find you, www.unlockcreativity.org.
And remember, only you have the keys to create.
Thank you so much, Joseph.